I'm gonna show you guys. So here's how the seal works. It goes in and it presses onto the back of here. There's a little lip that stops it from there. That's how you'll know it's seated. Do this before you put it back on. Get 2 boards to lay under it to protect it. Get a small block of wood if you can. Put a very small bit of oil on the bottom of the seal, and then just, come here. See it? You are pressed all the way around into that level right there. It just hits the lip. You know you're in good. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna do 1 or 2 more whacks, and then we're gonna have at it. Okay, so now it's time to get the gasket maker out. You want to lightly put a layer all the way around here for where the cover is gonna go on, because you're gonna put the gasket on first. And then we're gonna put some on top of the old oil drain pan seal. Since mine's not destroyed, I'm gonna put it on there, and I'm actually gonna lift it like this. And I'm going to put it on the metal under it to give it more mating surface to cut back on any leaking I might have. So we're going to go to town on that, and I'll show you afterwards. Be back in a few. Even though I ordered that Dorman one, I think it was, I don't know, whatever time chain cover I used, I'm going to link below. We're going with the Felpro gasket kit that I bought instead, though. There's a little better made gaskets. Let me actually show you. This one looks like this.
It feels like metal-y, kind of.
Yeah, it's just better.
That one feels like...
Here's the junk one already bent that came with it. It's bent, it's toast.
Yeah.
It's the carbon fiber. This has a little bit of like metallic in it, like a thin plastic or something. Okay, so we're gonna cover all that stuff. I covered the lip of the oil pan front main seal, and I went under it too to pin it to its block a little better so you don't have any leaks. Don't go too overboard. I did right here and here where the blocks are gonna go. And then you're just gonna put this guy in place, like that. And I actually did not get all this here on this side because this side does not have a distinguished edge. So from here I'm going to put it on the back of it. And then after you get it in place, you're going to cover it up on this side of it too for the cover thinly. You can put it on all of it, both before you install it, but then you're messing with a super mess. So I'm going to do this here. Cover that up. Press it in. I put it on the engine. You can put it just on the gasket if you want. I put it on the engine. I have slight imperfections from that damage from the corrosion that it did to the actual timing chain cover. So I want it real filled in so that there's no leaks there. So press this in place, and then afterwards you get it where you need it. Make sure it's all in. Use your clean finger. Push it back. Make sure on the holes. And then go through here and wipe anywhere you got inside the cover. It's not that important, but it is. You can see, because my fingers are fat, I got a little bit on there, and I got a little bit here. So I'm just keep wiping it out of there in those few spots that I did. When you press down, it's possible you're going to get some in there anyway, but why have it? No point in having any of that gasket running around in the engine. You don't need it. Will break down eventually, but this is the black, and the reason I'm using black is it is oil resistant, so it will float around a little longer than like the blue will break down quicker. The black will kind of survive. And again, once you got it here, just put a thin layer on the entire gasket. All right, see you in a few. Okay, so what I'm going to use here is the black RTV. I'm making a mess though, as you can see, which I don't want to do. I'm going to lightly thread it on. I'm going to wipe off this excess so it doesn't go down in the chamber, because this does stick in there a little. Okay, and then I'm going to RTV the top of here as an extra precaution. Keep that out. Put that guy in. Again, this is a 1/2 inch by 20. Be gentle. This is cast aluminum. Just a little more than I wanted lengthwise, so just what you gotta do. Alright, here's all the bolts. The first one is the long bolt. Put a little dab of blue Loctite in there. And that already help. we go. Uh-oh. I'm running low. I'm going to go find my other one. Alright, that's not really enough, but it is. So this one goes right here next to where we put that in. And that bolt is going to go right here. You are going to be careful. You want to go like that. You want to put it on. And then you want to get that guy started. Just a little bit by hand. And then the next one is the long stud. It goes right here. And we're not even on. I thought I was, but we are not on. Something is in our way. What are we caught on? There we go. Was that it? There we go. We're in now. Okay. Okay, long stud like that. Okay, get those in as much as you can. Then you got two short studs, and the long side, I forgot to say, is the part that goes into the engine, not the short side. Did I do that right on this one? Before I put stud in it? Let's double check I did right. Yeah, okay. So the long end goes in. This bracket actually is what holds this on. You want to go under it.
Under that side.
Like get it just right. It's hard to see what you're doing. I can't see either. There's two holes. And I'm having this there. Okay, one in. Other one in. And they're going to tighten them first, and then this bracket goes on. And that's all you have. And then we have two on the bottom, which I'm going to go do. Because you want to do these a little at a time to make sure it pulls itself evenly. Cover. Down. So the one goes right here. Can't see anything. It's dark under here. Push that in more to get this in place. Okay, it's in. Barely. These I might use a tool. Pause it. The guys, these are hard. These two on the bottom are going to have to be short. 300 mil with an extension. You got to be careful of your transmission lines, like I showed you before. And then you're just going to hit the light. Barely turn it once you get in. It's going to fight you. There you get it. Do we get it? I think we did. Like we're at, yeah?
I can't tell.
I can't tell either. I'm just guesstimating this, yeah, so. All these bolts are 30 foot-pounds.
Except for
the bottom ones are not. They're going to be 200 inch-pounds, the ones that go from the oil pan into the bottom. We will do those in a second. Okay, there we go. There's one. That's right, these are different size. Uh-oh. Okay, that's all of them. Now I'm gonna have a little problem. That one's got a really long stud, and this is not gonna make it. So I'm gonna have to go find a 14-inch deep. 200 inch-pounds for the two bottom oil pan to timing chain cover. Nice and gentle. £200 is like 300, right? Or 30 foot-pounds. 200 inch-pounds.
No.
It's a lot. You'll be in there a while. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Well, listen. I was trying to transfer that over to feet. It's 200 divided by 12. 16.
Oh, hold on.
16.6.
16.6
foot-pounds if you do not have an inch-pounds torque wrench. $200 is the actual max of my inch-pounds, so I'm on the top setting. It's very tight fit under here.
Okay.
The reason it's taking so long compressing is the seal there is rubber. It's a rubber gasket seal. They kind of press a lot, which affects your torque settings. Oh, just got stuff in my eye. I feel like I should be there. Is the bolt coming out of the top yet?
Mm-hmm.
It is?
Oh, no.
No?
No, that was just goop.
We're going to pause it until I get there, guys. It's taking forever. At 200 inch-pounds, it's going to turn forever because you don't have a lot of room to move. You're going to feel like it's too much, but it is 200 inch-pounds. So just keep going and hit it, all right? Get it all cleaned up. Okay. So this is going in that seal. You want to do it with a little oil to help you slide it in place. Okay. Good. Can't really put it in there on the seal. So since the seal's already in place, normally you'd be taking this seal would already be in place, but yes. Put it in like that. Take it like this, and you want to go in by hand as much as you can. The chance is you're not going to be able to put it all the way in. Then you want to take this guy right here. You need a 1 1/4 socket for this big bad boy. I'm going to try to get that on as much as you can so that that can go, okay? Put this guy here, see if I can kind of tighten it down by hand, and I cannot. You're going to need your torque wrench, foot-pounds, not inch-pounds. 135 foot-pounds, set it, lock it in. It's going to go a lot because this right balance was on out loose. Oh, I almost forgot. We'd still get to them, so we're okay, but it would probably have been easier if I did not put the balancer on. I'm a dummy as we're going. We forgot to put the 2 nuts for the transmission lines that go on there that I showed you where they went.
I got them in my pocket.
There's plenty of room. I got extensions and I'll get on. There's no torque bedding for them. You just go to where they go because the other one's already torqued. If you want to go to proper torque settings, you're going to have to put this socket on, take a thin pry bar, go through your harmonic balancer, and lock it off the top of the steering dampener right there. And that's the only way you're going to be able to do it. And lock it in, because 135 foot-pounds is a lot, unless you just want to ooga-dooga it with your impact, which is what a lot of people will do. So, all right, everybody, so these are the 2 bolts I forgot to tell you about. They are the bracket for the transmission line. You can still get to them easily, though, with the transmission in place. There are 9/16 bolts. The 14 is going to be too tight. Same thing as with the other cover. You're going to want to lightly RTV. You can use red or blue if that's what you got, or gray. You can use gray. A lot of people use gray. I'm just using the black because it's resistant to the coolant and the oil a little more. We'll go on here, and then when we get done, we'll stick it on there and put the next part together. Put it on. Finally line up the holes. This is what you use the gasket for. I mean, it's good to help, but it's also majorly helps you keep the gasket in place, so when you set it up, you don't have to fight the bolts, okay? All right, next step, get your bypass hose, which goes right here from the engine to the back of your water pump. You have to lube it a little. Always a good deal. If you don't know how to do this, well, you ain't been living. There you go. If not, you're gonna wrestle it. You get your channel locks again. Lock it. Do a tighter setting so you can squeeze them off a bit more. There you go. And it looks like it's good, but it is not. Get the bottom of the slide. There we go. And lock in place. Okay? Not a very big part. And then this here goes on the back of here. And we're going to put these on. As you see, we got that all set up. So you're going to put your water pump on. And we're going to, same thing. You can't put oil or anything on here because this is going with your coolant. So your spit will disintegrate in there. You'll be good. Okay? Don't get too excited there, Mama.
I'm good.
Hell yeah. Alright. same thing, flip that in. And this one is long. There's the old hose. That is a lot longer, isn't it? What do you think? I might have to cut some off, y'all. Take a little off the back here. You don't want to go too much. Let's see. All right, let's get the, see that? That's about what you want to take off each side. Look, it's really not that much, but it's going to fight you. So I'm going to try to take off just that off the back and hope that's enough. Okay. This is a very handy little tool I got here. Razor, knife, scissors. After I trimmed it down a little, I took about a ½ inch to an inch off the back side of the hose. It was still just too long. I'm hoping I don't have to take off more. It looks still like slightly long. All right, so we got brand new bolts. These are Dorman 902 805 water pump bolts. It's just better to do them. The old one's corroded. I should have. All right, I'm gonna put a link to those in there later. So you got the 4 long bolts. 4 long ones go right on the side of these 2 spots that go into the timing chain cover. Okay, there's one right here below the oil inlet that goes around to your heater core. And then that guy. And then you got these 3, which are exact same. And these are 9/16 bolt. And then you got one right here under the water pump. And you got one right here. Can you see this one I'm doing on the left? It's almost in the exact same spot on the other one. These are going to be 30 foot-pounds of torque. So I'm going to go to town on these and then show you the torques and everything. All right, so what you're going to do, 9/16, just get them as much as you can. You want to go like that. You want to switch as far as you can. You want to do these all over in different directions so that it evenly places the water pump onto the front end. This bolt here, you're going to sit and wrestle with. Go as much as you can by finger tightening it, but you cannot put a socket in there. It just doesn't get in there. You're going to have to try. You may not be able to do the torque that you need. So 9/16 for this top bolt. Every other one's socket can fit, but the pulley is in the way.